Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Clannad, episode 18. Oh boy, we had some developments in the previous episode.
Yeah,
some steamy and some, yeah, there is no justice
those are
in
kept
this
locked
world.
away. Unlike
Yes, until the clothes are ripped off and everything is laid bare.
But speaking of things being laid bare in a way that probably won't be positive, Tomoyo showing up or just being there at the place where an altercation happened at the front gate of the school is going to jeopardize her campaign to be a member of the student.
Right, well, student council president. But thankfully, Tomoya took the fall for her and said, yes, I am the one who's responsible for these people that were lying in wait to beat us up.
Yes, if not for him doing that. Which, boy.
Don't you love the school system?
Something tells me, though, she's not going to let him do that, though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. But okay. All right. This is our situation. Sunahara, you're trying, man.
Yep.
I respect the hustle, but yeah, this might be one that's a bit outside your your capacity. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Hopefully Nagisa's okay. Hopefully she's okay. It's been a while.
To be fair, I can imagine that Tomoya will probably spend as much of his time at her parents' place as is, as he feels comfortable, because he certainly doesn't like spending time at home.
Yeah.
So,
we'll see. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Okay, wow, so clean. So she did all that too? Oh. Yeah, she blames herself for it. Yeah, she seems like the kind of person that would do that.
お前にはどうしても生徒会長になってもらわなくちゃならないんだよ。おお、どうしたんだい。おはようございます。よろしければご一緒にどうですか。これはこんな朝食は久しぶりだよ。ごちそうになろう。智也君、隣失礼するよ。
いや。
ごちそうさん、うまかったよ。岡崎、どうした。
Countermeasures. Oh.
Sounds optimistic.
There's a hot girl here. Yep, yeah, I knew it. So
coincidences.
It is, yes. Tears instantly disappear.
He doesn't take the underwear off, though.
Nope. He feels comfortable.
Yeah.
Keeps his brains inside because it might spill out, Got beat up pretty hard. Why, I wonder?
Yeah. It's a good question.
Baka. Oh. We're here to put your mind elsewhere. Oh, fun. Wow. Yep. Yeah. Oh! Situational entertainment. Yep, because that's what this is, a fucking sitcom.
That's right.
Yeah, that's the reality of it, though. Yeah. Yeah. At the genetic level. Oh. Oh, okay, okay. Let's keep this going. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, why? Ah, right. Sure. Ah. Like a multiverse. Yeah, you don't own me. Oh, not dad. Oh my goodness. Please, yep. Everybody's here. Yep. Uh-huh.
Oh, much food.
This. Oh my god. Yep. This is just.
The fact that Tomoyo responded like that too.
Whoa. She made the sound too.
What about leftovers?
And Fuko too! What the fuck? This fucking show! Leave it to fate, Fuko, you know? Oh my god, what the fuck is that? That's horrifying! What spiritual pressure?
Yeah. Just hard cut.
Chot
to mate.
We must have a baseball episode.
Yeah. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
She'll come to Shiratorizawa. Here.
Indeed.
Okay. And now a baseball episode, because, yes!
Every anime needs one.
Yep. Jesus Christ. We want a pitcher, not a pitcher! Yes. 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 Perfect.
I'm sorry, Sunohara.
Yes.
Didn't even see the ball.
The super athlete.
Yep.
It's censored. Too much balls on face. Too much balls on face.
Yep.
Amazing. To get Tomoyo for 1 outs, you know.
伐採計画があるんだ。
Oh.
知っている生徒は残念がってる。近所の人も反対してる。この学校の生徒会長になれば桜並木を残すために活動できるだろ。
お前まさかそのためにわざわざ転校してきたのか？
うん、どうしてもここを残したかった。
Because of a memory here?
大切な場所なんだ。
Yeah. Yeah.
多くの人にとって荒れないで済む理由は何だと思う？
才能かな。才能があればやりたいことがはっきりする。それに夢中になればいい。
いい答えだ。でも才能が見つからなかったら？
恋愛とか？
Yeah.
なるほど。それも一つの答えだな。私の見つけた答えは家族だ。
Oh, Hana means family.
Yep.
人は自分で制御できる。
そうとは限らないだろう。家族のせいで気持ちが進むことだってある。
True.
家族は本当の家族でなくてもいい。仲間でもいいんだ。家族のような存在があればいいということだ。他人に
As long as it's a big
必要とは
Dango family.
私はそういう答えを見出したんだ。私の両親は仲が悪かった。家の中は冷え切っていて会話がない。喧嘩すらしない。私はずっと荒れていた。誰彼構わず怒りや苛立ちをぶつけていた。そんな私の目を覚ましてくれたのは弟の高文だった。
Okay.
おとなしくて控えめで優しいやつなんだ。2年前両親が離婚することになった。子供をどちらが引き取るかで言い争いになった。私はどうにでもなれという気分だった。高文は嫌だと言った。どちらも嫌だと。
Oh.
あいつがそんな風に言うのは初めてだった。そして
Shit.
飛び降りた。
Oh!
離婚するなら自分は飛び降りると言って、そして本当になぜそんなことをしたのか。死にたかったわけじゃない。ただあいつがそうすることで私たちは初めて家族になれたんだ。冷え切っていてもうどうにもならないと思っていたのに。
Oh, okay, alright.
退院した弟と一緒に。
Oh, the wheelchair in the OP. Okay.
これからも毎年家族で。
Ah, so I'm preserving my family by keeping these trees. Oh.
同じ気持ちだった。
He's giving them basically a thing to anchor.
Right.
Anchor them together so that people don't separate and go too far, go too wild, if you will.
あ、なぎさ、おかえりなさい。本当にお久しぶりです。元気になってよかったの。ご心配おかけしました。岡崎さん。
なんだ。
すいませんでした。
Tsunahara looking very closely.
ために定額になってくださったそうで。私どうお詫びしたらいいか。
お前一人のためじゃない。演劇部のためにやったんだ。
なんかそう言われると恩着せられてるみたいで嫌なんだけど。
Who are you to talk?
と
Yeah.
にかくもう済んだことだ。責任を取りたいなら放課後の友よの試合を手伝ってくれ。はい。よしそこだ。よし。
Uh-huh.
お姉ちゃん。
Stop.
試合始まってるから。
Ah. There it is.
今のところいい調子だな。
It's already started.
そうだ。
Yep.
Nothing you can do.
ありがとう。
Right. Maybe it's already ended.
確か古川渚です。
Wait.
演劇部を作ろうとしてます。なるほど。
Ah, cool.
いや、なんでもない。行ってくる。
And see, she gracefully accepts it.
Yep.
Catch. Oh.
なぎさ。
Oh.
大丈夫か。
渚ちゃん。
なぎさ。
Oh.
平気です。今ので坂上さんのポイントですよね。
Oh. Oh.
冷やさないと。君保健室に。
Ooh.
岡崎さん。
The reflex of trying to block the ball.
Yep. Yep.
But I've got you. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Kyo's not even watching that. It's just
Yep.
yeah.
And there it is. The match is set to point.
That's right.
まあ、分かってたけどね。
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
お姉ちゃん
Thank you.
ごめんね
Oh,
今まで本当に
I'm letting
Because-
you go.
Because she understands too.
やだ
Oh. 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 Hug each other. Yeah. Oh. Oh, sweet. Cool. Oh, wait, what? What? Oh! Yes! Yes! Ah!
Dango.
And they can all now be a family after this, because they're graciously willing to accept the reality of the situation, finally. We came this close in the comedy to making this into the harem side of things, with just girls not accepting his answer until they've, fought and
But I
fought.
like him, but I like him, but I like him.
And then even Fuko threw her name into the mix. She's like, no!
Maximum chaos.
In some ways, Fuko was like...
Save the situation,
he's like,
kind of.
obviously being like, no, clearly... yeah, no. But if you choose me, then that's rejecting all of them.
Right.
It's an alternate answer.
It's choosing Latin as the scientific language. Equally, no one wins.
Perfectly balanced. This whole thing should be. Fuko sees all of them, like, and puts on like a star glove. It's like, fine, I'll do it myself.
See, I just take the established order and I turn it on
His
its
head.
head.
Yeah. Fuko with a Joker clown mask, just being like, we live in a society.
You want to know how I got these stars?
I got these stars. Oh, fuck, that's good. Oh, that's really good. All right.
All right, there we go.
That's it. That's the end of all harem-related stuff in this show.
Yep.
We had a lovely episode where Tomoyo just brought her absolute S-tier game to this mix.
Yep.
The sisters did their best. Freaking Kotomi came back in to be like, hey, I exist too.
Right.
And I think you were really sweet and stuff for doing all this, but I'm obviously like also just trying to build my own family here, so I'm not really like aggressive about this. And then freaking Fuko just here because I'm Thanos and I will fucking make you all just like make a decision. And then no. Nagisa's back, and
it's
just
as simple as that.
seeing them interact, seeing the way in which he's so happy to be with her.
Everyone gets it.
Everyone gets it. Everyone loses, and because they all actually genuinely do care about Tomoya, they're also in some ways kind of happy for him.
Right. Yep.
Just enough to where they're like, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I think the bit though from this episode
So good.
that I love the most. And I
Hard
don't know,
to choose
that's
a favorite,
no,
because
that's
like,
hard to say.
There's like three very powerful moments in this episode.
From within, not from this episode, but from within the
relationship side of
the
things.
Relationship side of things being resolved, right?
Okay.
I love the whole bit of Kyo being the one that's having an issue with this, right, and then Ryo's like,
I'm sorry.
Right. She doesn't say it's okay. She
or
says
thank you that I thought she was gonna say.
or thank you. Yeah, she says I'm sorry, right? Because it's the
you've been bearing all this responsibility.
You've been bearing all this responsibility, and I know what your feelings are here, and that I've been causing you pain and all of this.
And the fortune said this is going to be about taking responsibility. Where is the actual fortune there? This is the part that I thought was just genius here. Where's the actual part? It's like really.
It was early
in the beginning. Yeah. Hold on.
That's right.
Yeah, so the fortune said, a kind woman and a man with a strong a man with a strong sense of responsibility. You get along very well as friends. Whether you can progress in relationship depends on how each of you feels. Oh, okay. So no, never mind. The
very straightforward and
I thought
basic.
I conflated in my head and my memory that there was an aspect of responsibility needed to be taken, but no, it was just very boring kind of stuff there. So, okay, and now they know how he feels. And it's a situation where, Kyo then is allowed to let it go.
Yep, exactly. Yes. To just process and admit the feelings, and she's not alone with with how to handle those feelings, right? And that's
really good.
It's really good.
I really liked the fact that in some ways this was Ryo's episode for being the MVP.
Sure.
Because she not only kind of talked a little bit about this with Tomoya.
Yeah, this was the most like individual focus that she's gotten probably this
really
series.
Kind of.
Yeah. I mean, she's a very soft-spoken, shy person. Yeah. So
yeah. But then her having this moment with Kyo, and then being there to hold her, and that was really sweet because they both liked Tomoya. It's something that's very obvious, and it's something that it's almost like, wait, Kyo, what was your end game here? What if he had chosen Ryo? Like,
well, what if he had chosen like with any of the choices, right? Because if he had chosen Ryo, okay, great. Then she would have to deal with it in the more traditional way of I got what I wanted, but it's not what I wanted, right?
Right, because she doesn't really she doesn't really go after what she wants. She kind of pretends like she's going after what she wants.
Yeah, she has a problem that's very similar to her sister's problem for very different reasons.
Right.
And that's just I love it because that also shows why she was so frustrated with her sister of not going after the person that she liked.
She's frustrated herself too, because she can't do it because it would hurt Ryo's feelings.
Yep, exactly.
And then of course we love freaking Tomoyo because she's out here being the actual based choice in terms of.
Oh yeah, no, and that's
this girl was like putting it all out. She was being forward. She was being like
like vulnerable. And like,
like Tomoyo is like the like the based choice. Like if you looked at this as objectively as possible, she's in love with you. Nagisa, however, is the actual end game. Like Nagisa is legit. Nagisa and him have shared very intimate, special moments together thus far.
And the probably the biggest like complaint that I usually see about the first season, Clannad as a show, other than like people finding it like boring or something, you know, is I ended up really rooting for Tomoyo by the end of it because it's the whole thing of like if you're adapting a visual novel and there's different routes and you can't just do all of them, but like you still want to show the character stuff, a little
bit of them,
right? And then the one that you have first, Nagisa, because she's endgame, but then what about the one that's the most recent, right? Where it's that's the last thing that's happened, right? So it, there would be that sense of
she was the one that got the most rejected then because she was the one in the midst of her route, if you will, when we saw this very clearly end in Nagisa's favor.
And the two of them would have made a great couple. Like I personally like to think so. Like
I think it's more the thing of where I feel like Tomoyo was the most honest.
Yeah.
Tomoyo was basically like, no, I practically like I like you. Like I'm just gonna go and do this just because I want to make your days better. I want to be there for you.
Right.
Like Nagisa in some ways is the one who's kind of the least forward in kind of the ways in which she's like, because it's still a thing of where I think she's worried about the fact that there's very clearly some health concerns with her, and she probably doesn't want to burden him with her own problems.
Right.
And yet she very much likes him.
Yeah, it's something where I feel like Nagisa and Tomoya are in the most similar of situations, right? And as a result of that, they were able to bond really well and help each other. Yeah. With Tomoyo, I feel like she's figured out a lot of the stuff that Okazaki is still figuring out, if that makes sense.
Yeah, she's more mature.
Right, yeah. And so...
And thus, I would say almost because we're older, when we look at all the girls as well, we just look at which one is the most mature and has their shit together.
Right, it's like, Tomoyo. All right, there we go, yeah.
Best girl.
Right, exactly.
But, all right, okay, cool.
Yep.
Cool. I like that in the episode where I got the most worried that we were going down the, I'm going to fight for him. And I'm like,
eat my food. I'm
like, fuck. I'm like, this is funny, but like, please don't make the show about, okay, good. In the same episode, they're like, nah, that's not what it's about.
Exactly.
That's not what it's about at all.
Yep.
I really loved his reflexive, like, putting his hand out there because he did kind of do something awkward there that he kind of struck the tennis player. But it's like, no, that was his instinct initially to protect her from the ball, but it already happened, so he held back. So then the instant something else came in the same direction, he's like, bam, no, stop, I'm protecting her.
Right.
Cool. And I also love that this is something that is, and it obviously it sucks Nagisa got hurt, but it's this is a soft, kind little thing that he can do that's going to give them plenty of one-on-one time.
Exactly.
And I hope it's not just glanced over, but just like then maybe immediately in the next episode we see them like coming out of like the nurse's office and it's just like, hey, thank you for doing that. It's like, it's like, no, I appreciate that. That means a lot, you know. Obviously, you know, you were there, but like, thank you.
Yeah. Vulnerability is wonderful to see in characters where there's any kind of strong relationship, especially if it's a budding romance. And vulnerability can come in a variety of forms. Of course, emotional vulnerability is the best, but physical vulnerability as well can be a great parallel to that. You know, where it's the you are in a place where you have been hurt. Let me come alongside you and help you. You know, versus the I'm emotionally hurt, right? And then the person maybe comforts them or something.
But you know who noticed the Nagisa stuff even faster this episode than all of them? Sunahara. My man was looking at them like, shit, I have no chance with her, do I?
Yeah.
Shit. Okay.
And the thing is, like,
Sunahara
gets a bad rap, justifiably so.
Justifiably.
You know, but he's got his moments.
He's unfortunately the best friend of the main character, so he has to be called a pervert a lot. He has to get beat up a lot. He has to
show that he is indeed the beta male. You know,
he has to not be as witty as the main character. He basically is there to make Okazaki look cooler.
But he has his moments.
That's true.
But and this is episode 18.
Episode 18.
This is 75% of the way through the season.
Yeah, we got a full 2-cour, first season here, but that means then that in some ways we don't have to have an arc for the twins. Are they twins or?
They are sisters. I don't know if they're twins.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, Kyo is older on our notes.
Right, that's right. Yes. And besides Caleb, obviously, if anime characters are twins, then their hair has to be the same.
But because they do have purple hair.
No, but the style is different.
They both have the little cat ears.
You can't cut your hair different. That's a genetic thing. It's based, it's baked into who you are.
Your hair doesn't grow. Your hair doesn't, get cut. No, it's always the same. Yeah.
But
because if you have to animate that shit, god damn, we're sacrificing another goat to the ancient one,
Exactly. Yep. But now, like, since this is just one of the things that I like, because the show kind of, after the Kotomi arc, shifted away from like a hard arc structure, right? Where it's like it kind of involved a lot of the different characters. That's something that I think suits the show a lot better.
I agree. Yes.
Like, because it's just a lot more dynamic and fun, and you can have a lot more happen in each episode. But now we still have a sizable chunk of show left, and given how relatively short an amount of time we've been out of the traditional arc structure, because I believe the Kotomi arc ended episode 14. So like, this has been 15, 16, 17, 18, and all of this stuff has happened. What do we have for the next, 6 or 7 episodes or whatever?
Well, we got to go back to Nagisa eventually. Like, that's where we've got to have most of the development happen. Like, at the very least, given that the second season is called Clannad After Story, so it might even be an entirely different show in that
right, whatever the story is here is probably going to
see it end so that
you can have an after story. Yeah,
exactly. And I would say that means we got to have a confession. We got to see what's going on with Nagisa health wise.
That's probably a good idea.
We got to see what's going on with her family.
Sure.
We have to kind of
cultural festival still needs to happen.
Yeah, we have to resolve things a little bit maybe with Okazaki's dad.
Yeah.
And then we have to decide what kind of romance show this is.
That's true.
Yeah, because there's a couple things that could be really fun by just the nature of there being an after story. Means that we could have kids. We can see like the, oh my god, which ship sailed, or what have you, or what kind of careers does everybody have, or like maybe it's not even that much later. It's just, it's like you know, they're in college now, or
right? Just
something.
wait,
you know?
a life after high
30
school
years that don't die after they graduate. What?
I thought for sure there was an adult with a shotgun in the back, you know, and it's just all right. You graduated, go, you know.
Yeah, that's the guy that was, you know, haunting Kotami. Is basically he's just like, am I supposed to be here yet? No,
not yet. I'll come back in a few
dual-wield
episodes.
shotguns, and it's just like blam, blam, all the third years.
Who's ready to graduate?
Who's ready to graduate? Yeah. But I very much want to see a lot of these girls kind of see where their kind of new direction is, since so much of their characterization has been focused around trying to get Okazaki.
Right. So what's next? Yeah.
What's next for a lot of them? And that's something that they could definitely spend a good chunk of time on.
You know, that's actually also probably one of the things that makes Tomoyo so interesting comparatively to a lot of them.
Yeah.
Is that she's actively trying to do something that's completely separate from Okazaki.
Again, she's just
like,
the most mature of all of them.
Yeah,
but
like,
you know, that's just my opinion, you know. Speaking
also
of her
backstory, holy shit.
Backstory, god damn, okay, the brother trying to threaten them with his own bodily harm so that they would be a family again. Fuck, man, that hurts.
Yeah.
Then the idea that it works, but then he still kind of feels the need to, hey, let's use this as an anchor where I want us to keep coming here every year as a family.
Right.
Promise me, because I want it to be every year, not just a thing we do next year,
right.
but like
because the
forever.
Reason why the parents ended up getting to the point where they were going to have a divorce was not some big event.
Not some big fight.
Not some big fight or anything. It's just that
it
wasn't taken care of.
Yeah, they let their relationship and their family's dynamic not be stewarded properly.
Right.
And thus it was basically, how did Tomoyo describe it? It's basically that it went cold.
It was cold, yeah. There was no conversations, no fights or anything.
No arguments, no nothing. Yeah, so in some ways it was almost like it was taken for granted.
Right. And that probably, that's hence probably why the what the brother did actually ended up working. But then also that kind of stuff explains how Tomoyo ended up being the kind of way that she is, right? Because when you
not
have
just the going wild side of things.
No, not just the going wild side, but the more like kudere, you know, slightly like archetype. Because you know when you get those dere styles, right? There's got to be a reason, right? Yeah. Well,
I never really saw her as a kudere.
Oh yeah,
but that's cool.
She is very I see her as being a very mild and realistic kudere for the most part.
Okay, that's fair. Maybe I just have a negative thing on kuderes as well. But yeah, I'm kind of biased in that regard. So I actually think there's a reason why it's in the positive, actually. She was the most active of all the girls, right? It's almost like she didn't want to take the relationship for granted.
Oh, so what do you know?
Actively participating and like intervening and being like constantly in his face and very like there. Right. Hi, I'm here. Hello, how are you?
And before she realized that, you know, like when he was just
this guy,
right before she thought she liked him, you know, then it was just sort of a hey, you're you know another person at school. But then all of a sudden it's like, oh, do I care about him? Huh.
Right, and that might have been a subconscious thing as to how she's like, I don't want this relationship to slip away from me.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to take an active role in it. In fact, an extremely active role, and an active role that's not even reciprocated in the same way, to the point where it's like that's probably her least mature part, is that she thought she had to give.
Right. At the very least,
he would not have any, you know.
Well, you know, it's something where it then it removes the confusion and puts the ball in his court, right? Of the if I cherish this relationship, then I will do everything I can to make sure that my half of it is being held up. And then if it's valuable to the other person,
right,
then great. That like I won't be weighing them down, right? Because granted, this was a very quick backstory that we got with Tomoyo.
Oh, very quick, yeah.
But I could totally see it being something where, because she was taking out her frustrations elsewhere, outside the family, she probably also ended up being kind of cold around the house too.
That's possible,
right? And then that's something where maybe then she feels guilt because it's okay, my parents were the one that were ones that were getting the divorce and everything, and they were the ones who should have been leading this family unit, and weren't. But I could have helped my brother.
Yeah.
Right? I kind of made it so that he was suffering in silence.
Alone.
Mm-hmm. And I don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that at all. Yeah.
There you go.
And the way she kind of didn't have any negative things to say about the dad.
No.
Because, well, at the very least, he's, you know, he's not cold.
Right.
He's
like
not quiet
and all the ways, all the times that when Okazaki is suspended and spending a lot of time at home, his dad just ends up not being there really. Mm-hmm. Even though, like, you know, his work situation is like
very up in the air.
Very up in the air. Like I feel like it's been implied that he might be unemployed, you know, but at the same time, who knows?
Who knows?
But like, even on days that wouldn't necessarily be work days, like Sunday, it's just, nope, he's just gone, leaves early in the morning. Where does he go? What does he do? I don't know. Yeah. But he probably got the vibe that he wasn't welcome. Tomoya made that pretty clear.
Yeah.
And then there's that whole thing of like, oh wait. Who's contributing to the atmosphere the most now? Right? Like,
like, very true. That's the other thing we could spend a lot of time on is just Tomoya. You've got some problems, buddy. And do you want to go?
How do you want to process those?
Do you want to go? Through life without dealing with that shit?
Because yes, your dad is fucked up. What are you gonna do now? But
yeah. Oh, but Kyo and Ryo crying, holding each other, it's perfect. Seeing Tomoyo being so emotional in her backstory that she's crying, we've never seen her cry.
Nope.
Like this, just, oh, man. And then just seeing Nagisa back again and seeing our boy just leaping with joy inside, just like, hey, hey.
That smile on his face,
But yeah, he didn't go to see her or her family during that time. And I wonder why. Because I get this feeling that he kind of has this like
a sense that something's off.
No, more this aversion to actually admitting to himself how much he likes her.
Sure. Yes.
Like if he does that, then he opens himself up to potentially get hurt.
Right, and that's probably what he stands to be able to learn from Tomoyo. Yes. Because she's very upfront about that.
Well, potentially from all the girls, because all of them liked him enough to where they let themselves get hurt.
That's true.
He effectively rejected all of them.
Yeah.
And if he can learn that, then maybe he will have the courage and also the self-awareness to realize that not only does he like her, but he'd like to go and take the risk of getting rejected by her by actually confessing his feelings.
Oh, I thought you were going to say not if she rejects him, but if she's I mean, I guess he wouldn't know about any kind of anime cough syndrome,
no. He's not read up on the tropes of main girls in romantic comedies actually being the girl that's
having a life expectancy of more than,
15 or 16 years old,
Right.
And it's going to be the classic thing of, no, she should have died at 10 or 9 years old.
It's been a miracle that she's lived this long.
Somehow, something has kept her strong all this time.
Ever since
she know what it would be.
Ever since she met you, she's been doing so much better.
So much better, yes.
God.
I've never seen that before.
It's a different kind of shotgun,
Right. And also, there's very much the vibe with her stuff in the OP that, like, she's probably going to die eventually, but it could very much be a thing that's more handled in after story kind of stuff. Like that could be just a future thing, because
who knows?
There also was very obviously a child running through the
that's true,
the field there, which very much could be their kid.
I mean, I'm not going to say whether this is or isn't, but
of course not. Yeah.
Right, but if you needed something to be a point where you have an after story. What if you had something where it's this is after we lost Nagisa or something,
Totally.
And it's just,
then it's then this show becomes Anohana all of a sudden, and then it's the thing of where it's let's reconnect all the friends and build the family back up again because we need to all process what happened.
I'll put the Dongo family on the flyer and everything on the invitation or something.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I could see multiple types of things like that.
I mean, she has kind of brought them
yeah.
together in the theater club. So.
Except Fuko, because fuck Fuko. And then also, let's just bring her back constantly.
Oh, come on. That one was pretty good.
That one was pretty good.
That one was
literally because I was imagining her with Thanos' glove coming and just being like, fine, fuckers, I'll do it myself. I literally, in the episode, once she showed up, I'm literally hearing like a meme edit of her with like a JPEG image sliding over her hand. This does
put a smile on my face.
Right. These stars do put a smile on my face.
I am so glad I thought of that joke of the, you want to know how I got these stars?
Actually, one of the best jokes that you've done on the channel. You need to make one of those like meme edits you used to make, and just have it be Fuko with it. Be like, you want to know how I got these stars? And you just change the C sound in there,
right,
and it's like stars, you know, like it's very like obviously
Photoshop
edited.
One of her stars over the knife, you know.
No, just no. I was meaning you have the footage be entirely from Clannad.
Oh.
But you have the audio all be from The Dark Knight.
Just as she's flailing her arms and showing up, it's just, you want to know how I got these stars? Oh, man.
But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.